大家好 Claritism, the Mandarin Dilemma in Global Technology. Let's begin with the mingling of marriages. During the past 3 decades, when Taiwanese started establishing manufacturing facilities in China, the Taiwanese management and engineers married local Chinese. This practice created families with loyalty to both Taiwan and China. And these are the same people who are now moving to the next country with these tech companies. Companies like Foxconn, Quanta, Weistrong, and G-Tech, etc. These companies, who are officially Taiwanese, they only do the actual manufacturing in China now. And their supply chain suffers the same Mandarin dilemma as defined here. It is also important to point out some of these companies produce monetary, electronics, and computers for other countries as well. Then we have the spineless Traitors, some Taiwanese companies operating in China. In order to remain in the PRC market, they have officially denounced Taiwan as their home country and claim themselves to be Chinese companies. But to the rest of the world, they still hide under the safe image of Taiwan. These companies include Asus, HTC, Garmin, etc. And here comes the inevitable espionage. As we have witnessed globally, somehow the PRC are able to coerce these Chinese and others in academia also to spy for them and steal technology and data. There is no stopping this, even if Foxconn, Weistrong, Quanta, and G-Tech move their factories out of China to any other country. As long as technologically advanced companies like Apple continue to use them to assemble products, technology will continue to be leaked to China through a wide open backdoor. Then we have the political puppets. And this crosses a line that should never have been allowed to cross. The example here is Terry Guo, the owner of Foxconn, and the quintessential Mandarin dilemma. A few years ago, he announced his candidacy in the last presidential election in Taiwan. He associated himself with KMT. It is a political party whose goal is to unify with the Chinese Communist Party and PRC, basically handing Taiwan over to the PRC. Terry Guo's campaign coincides with all Chinese Communist Party's propaganda. Now imagine TSMC belongs to China, the company that makes the most advanced chips in the world, and associate that to the barbaric behaviors of the PRC right now on the international stage. And this is the ultimate scare the world needs to prevent. Now, here comes the Incurable, which is the next stop of these companies. Foxconn was the first to bring their assembly plants to India for the market of 1.3 billion people They are not there to do the right thing because they are empowering a country where there is social classes and public gain rapes. And when Foxconn moved to India, they brought the PRC nationals within their organizations there too. That means even if the technology items are being assembled in India, PRC nationals still have access to them, and easy access, and an open door to pipe them back to China. This is the never-ending nightmare of the Mandarin dilemma. Now here comes the current reality, which is no negotiation and just domination. It should be obvious to the international community by now that the PRC has no interest in talking and negotiating with anybody. It is their way or the highway. They just want to dominate everybody. And they do it with disrespectful diplomats who speak foul languages with no moral standards. The solution is to start over with a clean slate. The Mandarin dilemma stated above cannot be resolved because these are emotional, blood, and family ties. The only solution is to rebuild somewhere else from the ground up and preserve these Mandarin sympathizers. On the 10-acre land your nation donates to raconteuria for our frontulate in your country. What's urgent are factories to make Wi-Fi 6 access points and 5G telecom stations within your own country. And this will be the first step of what USD 10 billion and the 10 acre of land will be used for. What raconteuria and Claritism represent is a reset button. It is a rare opportunity for a global reset that will hopefully redirect humanity's course of destiny for a better tomorrow. This is our truth, and we are calling all enlightened soul tribes to join us. It's time to assemble.